Chris Guthrie here from netbookreviews.com, and today we have the new Samsung N150 netbook. This is one of their new netbooks for 2010. It has the Intel Atom N150 processor, 1.66 gigahertz. It also has a gig of RAM, 160 gigabyte hard drive, 802.11bg and N wireless. No Bluetooth on this model though, but we're going to go ahead and get into a few more details of this netbook here as we dive in for a closer look. Alright, so we're here with the Samsung N150. As I mentioned before, I already provided some of the tech specs. Some of the other things I wanted to point out though is just the ports. Fairly typical ports here on the netbook. It's got Ethernet here, power adapter slot, USB, headphone and microphone jack here. On the front, you've got a wide array of status lights letting you know if caps lock is on, if the hard drive is spinning, if wireless is on, if the power is on, or if it's charging, etc., etc. You've also got SD card slot here, right in the front. I usually prefer them on the side, but I mean, once you kind of put the card in, you're not going to be pulling it out all over the place. I mean, occasionally, but it doesn't bother me. So, on the other side here, we've got two USB ports, VGA, and a locking mechanism on the side. So, fairly standard. On the touchpad, you've got a multi-gesture touchpad. I spent some time testing this out, and it works fairly well. I had a little trouble doing the flipping something from landscape to horizontal, but I think that's just because I left the little sticker on here that shows you how to do the gestures. It makes it a little less sensitive than if you remove it. It's a demo unit, so I don't want to tear it all apart. The rocker button here is nice. No issues with having it being all in a single unit. The keyboard is also something I wanted to discuss. I'm a pretty big fan of this island style keyboard. I believe raising the keys on the edges like the Lenovo S10-3 is currently the best way to do it, but even still, just with the island style, I like what Samsung's done with the keyboard. And of course the discrete individual up, down, left, right arrow keys are also a plus. I know some netbook makers aren't doing that. So overall, I like the keyboard. I spent a lot of time typing on it. Didn't have many issues. Coming back to the screen, it is a matte screen. So here you can see not really much of a reflection. I know that some of the past video reviews I've done, you can see my face in there because of how glossy the screen is. So I like the fact that it's matte. I really actually don't understand why more netbook makers don't go with matte screens. But anyways, that's for another discussion and another time. The webcam is also a nice feature. Most netbooks have them, but it's nice to see Samsung included it here as well. And also, touching on the design, really like this kind of just matte finish here. I got a blue one to test out. On the back here you have access panels to upgrade the RAM if you'd like, and also this is a 6-cell battery here. Doesn't really have a huge bulge to it, which is nice, so it doesn't add too much height to the netbook. And obviously you can't get any fingerprint smudges on the top of this here. Overall, I really like this netbook. I'm going to post some of the performance specs on netbookreviews.com to include in the full write-up, but I really think the only thing I can complain about this netbook is that some of the other color choices cost a little bit more. So if you wanted Bermuda yellow, for example, you might end up paying about $20 more than this blue one if you're going to buy it from Amazon.com. So I know color is pretty important, if you want to have your netbook look a little different or just have your own favorite color, but for me, I'd rather save the $20, buy a standard blue than paying for Bermuda yellow or Caribbean red or whatever the other names were. So again, I'll have more details on this netbook on netbookreviews.com, but again, I think it's great.